Hey YouTube, I'm back again with another video, and as you can see, both my hands are free. I finally was able to get a phone stand to record with, and I was really happy that I actually found one for pretty cheap, and its quality seems actually really good, so I'm happy about that as well. But yeah, so I could finally, I guess, properly show you guys deck profiles or openings. When I did openings, I had to have somebody record for me because openings was like impossible for me. Like, I don't know if you guys been around this long. I made like a premium gold opening like years ago, and literally I had to open up the whole product first to be able to like record, and then like, you know, go card by card. But yeah, so now with a camera or phone stand, I could get product and properly show you guys the stuff by myself. But yeah, so I'm happy about the stand. But also, as you could see, I finally picked up a package or a deck package, whatever, for my Shaddoll deck. And it's the Invoked stuff. I'm loving the Invoked engine, especially because I love Shaddolls. But yeah, so the deck's been working out really well. This is, I think, my second or third draft of the deck. I think it was my first draft. I took the locals a couple weeks ago, and it did all right, but I felt the consistency wasn't there. So with this version of the deck, I'm really liking it. It's pretty consistent. I need to still kind of decide on cards I need to like side out for. I need to practice that for sure, because there's times where I either like I feel like I oversided or I undersided, you know. But yeah, and then I picked up the engine like literally like 2 or 3 days before the ban list dropped, so I was a little concerned that the deck might get touched, but it didn't, which I was really stoked about. But then I was also even more stoked because they brought Seer and Grafter 2 and then Tour Guide 3, and it also brought back Rusty Bardish. So you best know I'm working on a PK Fire deck. Like at first I didn't bother about the PK stuff, and I was just working on pure BA because that's what I, you know, like got used to playing. But it felt really frail, and then with the PK stuff, it's still somewhat frail, but you still got the backup with the Fog Blades. So I'm for sure gonna be working on that deck for a little bit before I show you guys. I might just wait until the new support because the new support's really busted. But yeah, so this video is about this deck, so let's get started. So it's a 40 card main deck, and as I mentioned earlier, this is like my current list or current version of the deck, because I felt this version works really well. But the only thing I might change is like the hand traps. I want to maybe test around with different hand traps, because I like the hand traps I play in here, but I want to try some other things. Yeah, starting off, the 3 Alistair. You got to play 3 of this bad boy. He is literally a 1-card starter for the deck. Being able to make an Almirage and then into this Secure Garner for your light target. Really good card. And then play a 2 Beast. 2 Beast is perfect because you just get free advantage off of him. You summon up out with Wendy, flip him with the trap, draw 2, discard 1. Helps load out your grave for Schism because you're discarding, but also just helps dig deeper into your deck for your hand traps or missing pieces you want for whatever you need it for. Play the 1 Dragon. The 1 Dragon still comes in clutch. I know some people playing 2, but I feel like if for my local scene, I feel like the 1's fine. I've actually had this 1 guy negated. Like I foolished him just to get her back row so I could, like, you know, I guess play safe, and I actually got negated by a Mechaba. I think the set was Imperm, I believe. But yeah, like this card alone helps like get rid of like key like back row your opponent's playing. And then I play 3 Squamata. Squamata is really good. It's the most important Shaddoll in the deck for sure. Being able to send anything you need to the graveyard, but also help setting it up for Schism. Yeah, really good card. And I've actually had times where I just set this with the Wendy, just so it's interruption, you know, like flip, pop something while you have the trap and grave. So it's really good. And then I play the 1 Aerial. Just the 1's fine because you don't really want to draw this. But if you do draw this could help, because if you have, you know, your Shaddoll and the Light Monster, you could still have full combo. But also because you could actually normal summon this the same way you do Alistair, and then link climb with this because it's a 1,000 attack or less. So still pretty good on that end. And I actually did that in my first round this past locals, and I actually won because of it, because they gave me the light target. Then play 3 Wendy, the second most important Shaddoll. I feel like you gotta max out on her because, you know, she's the win target, so she helps you make the the app cologne, because you know, 2 Shadolls with different attributes. But also it just helps wall up, like setting stuff so your opponent can't kill you, or just helping gain advantage against them. Be sending like Hedgehog, Squamata to help pop, or even Beast just to get more draw power. And talking about Hedgehog, play 2 Hedgehog. I feel like 2 is perfect for him because you send him to grave, search whatever Shaddoll you need, or you flip it to search a Shaddoll Spare Trap. I know at locals I for sure was hard searching Schism off of this a couple of times, and it came in clutch. And then the last Shaddoll I play is one that like mostly everybody just doesn't play this guy, but I decided to add him, and it's Chaos. So I actually really like this card. I cut Falco for sure off of this list because I felt it was like too slow. But Chaos for sure is a good addition because it's a light target that you can search off a Hedgehog. So like I've had times where I just literally Foolish Hedgehog, search this, and I have full combo because it's a light. But also it helps chain block with its effect. So its effect is that you discard a Shaddoll monster, and then all your monsters gain 100 attack for each level it was. So if you discard a Beast, your guys gain 500 attack. Sure, it's not really significant, but the main part is you want to chain block. That's the sole purpose of this effect. So you make Construct Chainlink 1 or Squamata Chainlink 2, whichever of those two in that order. And then you make the Chainlink 3, and then you're Gucci from there, you know? Yeah, that's it for the Shaddoll on the Invoked monsters. Then I play 6 hand traps, which is 3 Nibiru and 3 Ash. So like I mentioned earlier, I want to test around with the hand traps and see if I can make changes to them. I like these because I guess they're the most generic, especially Ash. You just hit anything. If anything, I might just keep Ash in the main deck and switch on Nibiru, but I'm not too sure because Nibiru can come up, especially since it's like practically Dragon Link format. And Dragon Link is a menace to society. Well, not necessarily, but it's a menace for sure. And I feel these two are just really good against the deck. I want to try adding Imperm back into my deck because I know when I was playing Pure, I was actually main decking I think 2 each of, like 2 this, and 2 Imperm. And I think 2 Ogre too. I can't really remember it too well. But I want to try adding Imperm back into the main deck. But I have to test stuff out. But yeah. So for right now, those are my hand traps. I don't know how many monsters it is. You could count it up. But all I know is it's a 40 card main deck. Then I play 3 Magical Meltdown. You have to play, you have to max out this card because it's really good. It literally says, please negate me. So does Alistair. It just says, please negate me. Like deadass, every time I try resolving this or Alistair, it usually gets negated. Especially this thing. Because they don't want you to add the Alistair. But yeah, this card's really good because if you do resolve it, you know, it's a 1 card starter. It's literally gets Alistair. Alistair gets free fusion. But also this card just helps like in the long run because your opponent can't respond to your stuff. And that's really good. And then I play the 3 Invocation. I was trying out 2 for a little bit. But now that I actually added Desires, well, spoiler alert, but I play Desires now, so I felt I needed the 3. But also 3 in general just helps the deck so much because there's times where I know the Alistair gets negated, but joke's on you, I already have this in hand. So it literally just, like Alistair and the Meltdown are kind of like baits. If you already draw one of the cards in the sequence, you just make them waste the negate, you know? So it's really good at 3. And then I play the 3 Shaddoll Fusion. I've heard people putting this down to 2. I do not agree with that at all because like this is a 1 card OTK, but also you just want to make sure you see a Shaddoll Fusion with you like in like your opening hand, because sure you could open up the Invocation, you could play off of that, but having a Shaddoll Fusion is really good because if you have both, it guarantees a Shaddoll monster and the Invoked monster. And talking about you want to see a fusion, I play 3 El Shaddoll Fusion. Realistically, I guess this could be the worst fusion spell in the deck, but it's still really good because it just helps go for game. But also, it's like Schism 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much what this is. Still a really good card. And then the 1-ofs, I play 1 Foolish and 1 Terraforming. These are the only 1-ofs that stayed from like playing pure dolls. Before I was playing like Emergency Teleport, and I forgot what the other 1-of was. I guess now Called by the Grave, but right, like these are the only 1-ofs I kept because this just helps. Or this is a new edition actually. No, was it? No, because I used to play Fusion Recycling Plant, my bad. But yeah, so these two are the ones I kept, because Foolish is literally any Shaddoll you need. And Terraforming just helps you get to your Meltdown, which, you know, is a 1-card starter on its own. But yeah. And then the last 2 spells I play are the 2 Desires. 2 Desires are perfect for me because I actually tried 3, but my 3rd Desires is a different rarity. And I did multiple test hands and whatnot, and I never actually drew the 3rd one. So I cut it out for something else. I don't remember what at this point, but 2 Desires is perfect for me. And then the last 2 cards in the deck are the Traps, which is the 1 Incarnation and the 1 Chism. The 1-ofs are perfect because this deck doesn't rely on the Incarnation as much as Pure does. So 1 is perfect. And then 1 Chism is fine too because some Invoked Shaddolls aren't even playing this. But I like it as a 1-off for sure because it just helps clutch. Like it comes in so clutch against certain decks. Like I know I lost my match against Dragon Link, but game 2 I solely won because of this card. So I'm going to keep it. That's it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck. Got my tokens. Play the 1 Almirage, 1 Gravity Controller, 1 Secure Guard now. These 2 are just solely to link up with Alistair or another Shaddoll that you have to, you know. And then Gravity Controller is just to do your little loop with just the 1 Shaddoll fusion monster. Like I tried playing without it, but I can't. Like I need to have this in the deck. It's really good. And if anything, it's like an interruption too. Like if you have this just sitting in your extra monster zone, like your opponent has to deal with this. Like, oh, I'm just gonna bounce your thing back up. It's pretty good still. And then for Link 2s, I play the 1 Anaconda and the 1 Cross Sheep. I might actually cut the Anaconda out. I just have it in here because it's super poly, but also a worst case scenario, you make this and it's a free fusion. But I don't play Dragoon as you saw, so I don't really have a reason in playing this. I might just cut it out and add either another super poly target, or I'm gonna add the Invoker of Madness. Not too sure yet, but for sure playing Cross Sheep because this thing helps you get into this bad boy. Boral Sword. This is a new edition. I originally was not playing this in like my first version of Invoked Dolls, and I hate my past self for not playing this card. It's really good. Being able to just cross ship into this, go for game, because this card alone helped me, I think, win 2 games. This cards are really good. Now for the fusions, I play 2 Winda. 2 Winda's perfect in this version because in Pure, I was playing 3 of her, but you need extra deck space in there. And with like having like Mechaba in this, the 2 is fine. Excuse me. And if anything, you can just revive this from grave. So it's still good. Play the 1 App Clone. You don't really make the App Clone unless you open them kind of awkward, like you don't have a light target. So you just make this in the extra monster zone, resolve your stalls, link this off into Gravity Controller, and then just go from there. But the 1 is fine. The 1 Purgatrio, play the 1 Aguides. These 2 are really good, especially Purgatrio, being able to just clear opponent's field and do a bunch of damage. Aguides just to, especially if you have Meltdown on the field, this card's really good. Helps you out a monster, and then they can't respond to it, especially if it's like off a fusion summon. So really good. And then the 1 super power target is Draco Stapella. This past weekend I didn't have a chance to make this, or I didn't really have a chance to even super poly this past weekend. But yeah, like I was another change I was thinking I might just take super poly out of the side deck, take this out, and just and add a Conda so I could have a lot more space in the extra deck. But I'm not sure yet because I feel like super poly is still a good card. Then I play the 2 Construct. 2 is fine. It's not like in Pure we just keep like throwing these out. So 2 is perfect. And then the 1 Mechaba. For the side deck, 3 Ghost Ogre. This is mainly for Eldritch, like Numeron or whatever else you need this against, like Paloms and whatnot. But I didn't side this against anybody because I didn't need it. But I still feel like it's a good card to have in the deck. Excuse me. Play the side the 1 Called by the Grave. If I know I'm for sure going first, I put it in, and if I don't see it, oh well. If I do, great. And if anything, if they don't even hand trap you, this is just another disruption on their turn, you know, so it's still good. Play the 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is for back row decks. I guess mainly Eldritch. A lot of my side deck is mainly Eldritch, or the first half at least. But I didn't see any, so that's good because I don't really want to deal with that deck. But yeah, still a good card to have. I don't play Twin Twisters, just this. So 2 Dark Ruler no more. Dark Ruler really does go burr. This card's amazing. Even at 2, I was like just throwing it at people and winning games. This helped against dinosaurs. I forgot what else it's helped against. It was mainly dinosaurs though. This card's really good. If I get a 3rd copy, I'll for sure put it in. I'll probably just take out the Call by the Grave and put it in. I'll see. For sure, this card's amazing. Day 3 Super Poly. Like I mentioned earlier, I still feel like this is a good card, but it's just like I see it less and less of an opportunity to use it. But I might just end up cutting it all out. Then I play 3 Imperm for my last cards. Imperm is amazing. Every time I set it in, I swear it helped. Like I would see it, negate something and just go for game. I know I said this against dinosaurs. I literally just impermed his Archosaur and he passed. And then I just went like full combo. And I forgot what else I use this against, but it's still really good. For sure gonna see if I can put this back in the main deck. But yeah. That is my Invoked Shaddoll deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I've been enjoying this this version of Shaddolls. It's a lot of fun, a lot more competitive for sure, because you could just grind out with the Invoke stuff. But yeah. So for sure guys, I think my next video is going to be a pure Shaddoll deck, just so I could show you guys my take on pure dolls, especially with Schism and like being able to play more hand traps in the list. But yeah, see you guys in my next video. I'm glad to be back recording because my locals has opened up. But yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye.